And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals of this week's PiGosaur Monday number 28. Hope you enjoyed that brief break, that short, brutal OST, as we return with our next matchup, our next TVP, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of the grid, we have the Mexican Terran player, the blue Terran. It is SpeCial. Juanito. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss. It is sOs. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of 3 TVP. One moment as I do fix up our player names. I got you. Bam, beautiful. So do settle in. And welcome one and all to the grid. The grid is definitely an interesting map. It's interesting. I don't know how much we'll get into the lower bases. What I mean by that, short rush distance by air, very direct by ground as well. We have our typical 3 base setup here. We have a ramp and rocks going in towards the natural, so this is a very secure location. Likewise, a very narrow choke point into the 3rd base as well. This is very similar to King's Cove. If you recall, King's Cove also has a similar setup, specifically when it comes to having this elevated area and connecting the natural in the 3rd base. So it is very easy to rotate and to defend and protect this centralized location on 3 bases. The 4th is more difficult. So the 4th is more exposed, more difficult to take. We have a center goal base in between both players' mains, and we have the southern bases. We have the 4th, we have the 5th, the 6th. It is a very vertical map where you can expand downwards instead of horizontally towards your opponents, which is a pretty unique feature. This doesn't really happen too often in StarCraft, or at least in the modern map pools. Like, we don't often see players expand in such a way. More often than not, they're expanding towards each other to be more aggressive, to be more assertive. Because of that, we actually haven't seen many later games on this map. We have seen players really struggle to take a 4th and to take a 5th on grid, or just opt not to. Just be more aggressive anyway. So just really safe and secure on 3 bases, but the 4th base is going to be definitely a challenge to expand to. So now we have our openers. We have our setups. We do have a setup here for a faster 2nd Rex. Now I assume that it's going to be a late expansion as well, so delayed CC here and a very fast 2-1-1 setup here from SpeCial. A very rare build in this matchup does open up initially with initial Reapers, and this should be for an early stim timing. Should be. Reapers a poke in, shield battery is ready at the natural, boys being pulled. Ooh, as one Reaper does get picked off, he gets one. Oh, does he get the other? Oh, he does, he will. There we go, both Reapers do 4. We dive into the main, we get a full scout, we get eyes on the gateways, but no tech yet out of SOS. And it's going to be a one-way trip. SpeCial is going to try to bob and weave his way out. He will not be able to. Gets cleaned up. So 3 Reapers and for 1 probe, not quite worth it. After the Reapers go down, now we throw down the tech. It's going to be a Twilight Council. Now, we do expect to see the same build we've seen every game so far. 2-gate blink. 2-gate blink into a 3rd base. We'll see if that trend continues, as never mind, that is a 3rd gateway. SOS, he's going to be delaying his expansion in favor of extra Stalkers. Which makes sense because this map, the rush distance by ground is shorter. It's shorter than Maganatha and shorter than Pylon. So aggression is more favored. Hallucination Scout does confirm what's going on. Interesting build here. SpeCial, he doesn't prioritize stim, he prioritizes combat shields instead. This is a Dolan build. Interesting. It's going to be a 3-1-1 with early combat shields. I believe SpeCial might pull the boys with this. It's been over a year since I've seen this build from Dolan. God, what map was it on? I think it was on Moondance. I want to say on Moondance is when, always where Dolan did feature this build on. Crazy. Let's go. It was either Moondance or Stargazers. Like, in my mind, I mix up the two, but one of those 2 maps. That was from, like, what, a year ago, almost 2 years ago. Is that what? Oh, yeah, yo, Dolan, let's go. Bappy, do you know the build I'm talking about? Was on Stargazers or Moondance? I'm referring to the combat shields all in that you'd go for. There it is, Stargazers. There you go. See, I'm not crazy. It's the Dolan himself. Pappy, when are you signing up for PiGosaur? Gibbs, Pappy, Gibbs. Good to see you, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. The Dolan. I mean, a couple of boys are being pulled, only a couple. Remember, this does hit with combat shields. The boys are here to repair. Meanwhile, charge is done. Sorry, I was a little bit too preoccupied focusing on special, but with charge, SOS is going to completely shut this down. Yeah, charge is a hard counter to early game aggression like this. As Marines are falling one after the other, the tank is going to get caught out, and SOS, he's snowballing out of control. He will catch out the tank. The tank will not make it out of this. Remember, there's no metamax. Oh, and that's just brutal. That's just brutal here as everything gets cleaned up. Again, special, he was expecting blink. I was expecting blink. It was charge. It was charge instead. Tanks are falling one after the other. And there's no defense here. There's no defense. There's no way to hold on. GG gets called at SOS. He will snowball out of control, claiming game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Winding it back, I apologize. I was so focused on what special was doing. SOS, instead of going for blink, he went for charge instead. Early game charge builds are designed to shut stuff like that down. Whether it's 2-base all-ins or 2-base aggression, these early pushes, they struggle so much against early charge lots, and by happen chance, that's exactly what SOS was going for. SOS, he did scout the build, to be fair. Remember, the hallucination got into the main. He saw the 2-1-1 setup. He saw the 3-1-1 setup even. He saw how late the starport was. So SOS, he was aware of what was happening, and that's why he was as proactive as he was with those charge lots and could just completely shut special down. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 2. And we'll see if special can recover or if SOS will take the win. Here we go. I want to say that SOS's charge was reactive to what he saw with the hallucination, but I don't quite recall the timings and exactly which one was first. But with that, here we go. Jumping into the second game. And game 2 is going to be on Pylon. SOS versus special. What did I stumble upon this time? Oh no. Let's go. Have they both been active lately? Kind of. This is SOS's first tournament in over a year. It's been, the last time SOS competed was 2024 February in the GSL qualifiers, so it's been over a year since SOS has competed. Meanwhile, Special has also been on hiatus. He's also been on a break. He did come back more recently, though, to compete in the HSL and to compete in the Big Brain Bout show matches. I think that was around a month ago. So Special, he's been around for, he's been back, I should say, for around 3 weeks or maybe a month at this point. Meanwhile, SOS, this is his first tournament in over a year. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have our Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran, down in the series. He has to fight back here and now to bring us to the ace match, and to make a series out of this, the pressure is on. It is Special. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss. It is SOS. Let's go. let us go. Special does move out with the initial SCV. He does set up here for a proxy here across the map, and we'll see how hard Special commits with this. Based on its setup, I believe we can't quite go for Proxy Marauder. Okay, just Reaper. So Proxy Reaper with a bunker behind the mineral line. This is designed to disrupt the build and delay the economy of SOS. So here we go. As we should be looking to throw down the bunker alongside this. Again, this is not too committed here. We're not going like proxy 2 racks. We're not going like racks into factory, into like 1 base all in. The SCV is here not to throw down another building, but to, I say building, not to throw down another production building, but to delay and set up, I would imagine, a bunker. Yeah, there it is. Bunkers on the way. Behind this Special, we can transition. There we go. Factory back at home, into a CC, into an expansion. Ooh, SOS, he does scout. Yeah, he does confirm he will delay the bunker. Bunker is delayed. This bunker should still finish, though. Like, yes, the SCV is taking a lot of hits, but the Reaper is about to pop. And the Reaper should protect the SCV. Yeah, the probe is going to be hunted down. Bunker will complete. Reaper goes into the main. Stalker's being chronoed. Comes out of the control. How many probe kills can Special get? Gets 1 so far. Oh, barely doesn't get two. Very close, very tense. He wants that probe. He wants it. And so far, he doesn't quite get them. Nice control by SOS. He pulls away in time. He only still loses one. Up, and the Reaper goes down. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, thankfully, there is a Marine here, and mining is still going to be delayed, at least attempted to. But SOS, he saves the probe. He shuts down the Reaper. Second SCV does arrive. And this is forcing out shield batteries. And eventually, SOS will be able to take control of the natural. Back at him, special, he's expanding. We are getting out of this. Oh, nice movement. SOS catching out reinforcing Marines. SOS, what's going on? What's Bap, you're meant to be out of shape. What's happening, SOS? He's crazy. Oh my god. As both shield batteries are done, you could argue this is an overreaction. You could argue that SOS, he could have gone away with this with one shield battery. I think I would agree with that, so a bit of a reaction. Regardless, SOS, he will shut this down. And on top of that, this is a more committed build because remember, you can no longer salvage, right? The salvage is no longer applicable. That is going to be a kill, not a salvage on the bunker. So that's an even bigger investment for SpeCial. Ay, ay, ay. For those that are curious, in the latest patch, technically you can salvage, but if the building gets attacked, then the salvage is cancelled. So when that specifically does nerf builds like this. It nerfs these bunkers behind mineral lines and bunkers in TVP, as now it's a bigger investment for the Terran. And with that SpeCial, he pulls back home, going for a 1-1-1, going to his own Cloak Banshees. Has potential for damage. SOS, I believe he is unaware. Never mind. I mean, he was unaware. Hallucination comes in, gets a full scout, confirms Cloak Banshees. Again, Interference Matrix is very much so a niche setup, so this does scream Cloak Banshee, and Robo instantly gets thrown down. So he's going for the Robo, going for Observers. SOS will be ready for the Cloak Banshee. Moving out with another Hallucination, scanning for proxies. Again, it is a large map. Just making sure he's safe and sound. So let's even being proactive. Does force the early cloak. Forces out the cloak. One stalker goes down as a result. Does get one. Likewise, Observer is now on the way. Observer's on the way. And sure, SOS will lose one stalker, but the mineral line is safe. That's what's important here. He has a safe mineral line. He has a solid economy. From here, he can expand. And from here, he will be taking his third. Actually going for double gases into a bait before expanding. Okay, going for Colossus. Not Storm this time. Going into his own Colossus. Behind this, we have that SpeCial going for his own 3-1-1 setup. Into Stim, into Combat Shields. Fortifying himself back at home. And the goal for SOS here should just be to contain. So Banshees, they do get into the main. Not bad. 3, 4, 5 probe kills. Despite having detection, the Banshees, they still wreak havoc. 2 Banshees, 1-shot probes. As SOS, he does poke his head into the main. He's tempted. He is tempted, but SpeCial, he sees this. SpeCial's in position. Their base is getting up and running. Banshees, they break out. They get 1 probe. 1 more probe goes down. Nothing major. But at least we've gotten, what, 7 probe kills in total. Not bad. Back into the natural. SOS out of position. Getting another probe. And in total, that was 8 probe kills. Considering that the Cloak Banshees were spotted, considering this was scouted, I mean, pretty good. Pretty good damage here from SpeCial. Does get some counter damage across the map, but now it's on SOS. Now it's on SOS to counterattack, to gain map control, to punish SpeCial. SpeCial, he attempts to break out. He has Stim. He has Stim, Combat Shields. Third CC is on the way. So he's not going for the all-in. So let's see the contain. Alright, Quest Special trying to catch him out. Oh! Doesn't quite get a Stalker. SOS pulls back. Behind this, he's already on 2, soon to be 3 Colossus. Dropping to the main. SOS did spot this. Shatter to the Observer. Doesn't spot this, we'll shut this down. Gets a volley off, and yeah, the medevac is not going to escape. Ooh, brutal loss here for SpeCial. At the same time, trying to break out. Does push towards left hand side. Bleeds out the Cyclone. Colossus in position. SpeCial, he sees this. He should not push up the ramp. Oh. So that's why he stands his ground. These ramps are so narrow. Jeez. there's a lot of choke points here. Pushing up either the ramp on the left or the center ramp as well is going to be difficult for SpeCial. There's a lot of high ground. As SOS defends, he peels off a couple of Zealots, goes for a run by. SpeCial, he will pull away. He scans. SpeCial, he's rotating. He's rotating over. The Zealots, they will hit the natural. SpeCial moving in. He gets distracted. He pulls back for a moment. Reinforcements getting caught. SCV's going down. Oh, SOS thinking to commit. And not quite going for it yet, and that's going to be 11 SCV kills. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, getting out of control. One tank goes down. Nice pick off here by SOS, playing so patiently here. Such patient play. 25, 30 SCV kills. The Zealot Robite's winning the game. He goes for the dive, takes out 1, takes down 2 tanks. Zealots, they collapse in. And there's one tank remaining. SOS, he will completely clean this up. And sure, he will lose 1 Colossus if that's all he loses. GG gets called, and SOS, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played SOS again. Just such patient play there. He was able to keep up with the rotations. He was able to keep eyes on the main army. So alas, SpeCial, he just could not push up any of the ramps. Also brutal to see so much like high ground, so much elevation there defensively on pylons. So SpeCial just could not move in. Likewise, he had nothing at home. He was rallying everything across the map. So back at home, he was vulnerable. And those Zealots, remember, they got 30 SCV kills. We didn't even have a War Prism. Like, there was no War Prism, there was no proxy pylon, just a Zealot run by, got across the map, and did end the game. Or did force the all in. It forced SpeCial's hand. As he had nothing at home left. He had no economy. GG. GG, well played with that. SOS, he will claim the series, and the question becomes, who's up next? Who will he face off against? Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look back at yourselves.